All right, so we're ready. Is this on? Okay, I guess it is. We are ready for the live stream. So I am actually here at Basong, District 1. This is the Basong Bridge right here. Walking, I just wanted to start the live stream and kind of let you know a little bit more about the surrounding area where our office is right here in District 1. You see right behind me, there's a Korean restaurant. It's a big busy street here as we start the morning and the live stream. So I'm just gonna walk into the office and kind of let you know what's around in this area. So I am walking on Tang Street, and you can see this really nice bridge, Japanese restaurant we have here. All right, and then so I happen to be just crossing by a GS25 right here. You can see the GS25. Okay, so GS25 is a very good franchise from Korea. It has over 14,000 stores all over the world. It's a convenience store, very similar to what we have in America, 7-Eleven or Circle K. And then of course there's Family Mart, Mini Stop, and many other competitors as well. But yeah, you can see right behind me is the GS25. Great franchise opportunities if you're looking to have a passive investment, good franchise here in Vietnam. We'd be happy to help you. Of course, this is the Basong Bridge. Right across over there is Thu Thiem City, where there's Metropole and others. And we'll continue. So I'm turning right here on Lê Thánh Tông Street, which is one of the busiest streets. It's a one-way street here. And as I walk up, you're gonna see right here is one of the bigger towers. It's called the CJ Tower on 6 Lê Thánh Tông. Right? You see it right over here. So I'm walking through just a few steps from Tang Street. And you'll see that there is going to be this really nice and vibrant alley. There are other brands as well as we go along here. I will show you some of the brands. As you can see, Trois Jours. It's also a Korean brand. So I just walk a few steps here, vibrant and lively, of course, in the mornings. And so here I am stopping right at alley number 8. So alley number 8 is one of the most happening alleys. It's a morning time right now, so it's not as busy as it would be in the evenings. Maybe another time we're going to give you a small walking tour of the evening where this area, District 1, Japantown, becomes one of the most lively places in all of Saigon. All right, you see the sign for alley. So I'm going to walk up alley number 8. All right, here we go, walking up alley number 8. There's quite a few new businesses. This Korean barbecue called Kingstone. So a couple of new businesses have come in as well. So you take about, maybe about 20 steps up here in the morning. It's a lively coffee culture as we walk through. People having coffee in the streets. They're eating banh mi as well. You see a lot of vibrant folks as I walk up here to alley number 8. Of course, many of you would probably know, or if you don't, you should know. Turning here to the left is Pizza 4-Piece, one of the most famous pizza places here in Vietnam. It's very good. I highly recommend going to it as well. It's owned by 2 Japanese husband and wife. It's invested by different funds as well. So it is a great place. So you can also see some of the other businesses that we own here in the alley. You see Bánh Đa Cua Dì Úc as well. And you will also see other food places. So I'm going to take you through to, first we're going to go to Bánh Đa Cua Dì Úc restaurant where we sell traditional Vietnamese food. Just going to go real quickly. Of course, when you go to our office, you don't have to go through here. But since we have the chance to get you on a live stream here, I'll be love to have you check out our place. We have, of course, cơm tấm, my favorite thing to eat of all time. And then we have bánh đa cua Hải Phòng as well. So we are here, bánh đa cua Yolk, right inside where you can go and get some of your really good fresh food. All right. So, okay, now we're gonna roll right back into the way to get up to our live stream and our office. So we wanted to do this video because we want to show you exactly what's going on and how to get our office so that we can begin and share all this useful information with you. But you can see this is a very fun alley. I'm sitting here right in front of Mosaic Bar and Coffee. So I'll just kind of sit down here, have a drink, have some coffee before I go up. So we're ready to go up to begin the live stream. So once you get here, you will see the sign for Mosaic right there. And on top is our building. All right. So we're back here, track. Let's go right through. Let me just take off my glasses. I want to make sure that I can see and you can see as well. So welcome. So we're walking through the daytime of Mosaic Bar and Lounge. Of course, in the daytime, it shouldn't be open. It's a bar. But in the future, we'll probably do coffee as well. If you look at the design, it's a mosaic. It's putting a lot of pieces of glass together to create a masterpiece, which is what we aspire to do in our mixology and in our cocktails. But of course, another important factor is the music. So we have a DJ table. We also have some of the best bartenders around. I try some of the best Bloody Marys as well. And each night we'll have a different theme. So I'm walking right through. You just walk right through this really nice bar. I apologize, it's a little bit darker because in the daytime. So we go upstairs, and here we just give you a big view of what Mosaic looks like in the daytime. And of course, I'll bring you back here again at night as well. All right. Okay, so we're walking up. One flight of stairs will get you to this other very special room here in Mosaic, but that will be another time. We're walking up. This floor is also some of our companies, such as the film company, the advertising company as well. Then of course you go to the top floor here, and we get to Young Global's office on the top floor at 8-4 Lê Thánh Tông. I'm right here. Let me bring you right into the office, introduce you. All right, so I get you right here into the office. This is my modest office right here. This is where I do my work. This is where I work. This is our team getting ready for Christmas. And now we are in the conference room getting ready for the fun live stream with all of you. So let me just set up to get ready so that I can talk to you guys. We do more work. Let me check the mic, check the computers. All right, lighting is good. Everything seems good. I'm excited to answer all your questions, let you know what we want to do. And so we are ready to go live. Whew. That was a journey. Thank you so much for going through the walkthrough into our office. This is a little bit close. Let me just adjust it a little bit, just so that we can normally talk to you as well. So yeah, I guess I'm gonna probably start with a little bit of a briefing. Let me adjust it. Kim, if you can help adjust for me, then we will begin. So thank you. 51 people already on, including Elon Musk, the richest man in the world, and also the most powerful now that Donald Trump is in office. I hope Donald Trump will join the live stream as well. So very happy now that you've seen where our office is, our streets, and also what is going on. So let me just kind of briefly start with a briefing of the current economy in Vietnam, just in case you don't know. Vietnam has been, you've been following us with the Trương My Lang situation. So it is still under, I wouldn't say a depression or recession, but the economy is still pretty tough at this current time right now due to the market conditions of the real estate market crash, difficulties in getting loans, and also the uncertainty of unfolding of Miss Trương My Lang's story. So there might be others that will also go under the knife as well, especially since we're still in the blazing furnace and the current General Secretary To Lam is doing his best in order to improve Vietnam's provincial competitive index. Also in the retail or the F&B space, consumers are still having their daily consumption of coffee, food, and maybe some entertainment, but they're definitely not spending as much as they used to due to less disposable income, market conditions, and outlook. But the one really good sign is foreign direct investments is continue to grow. Many of the large companies are coming into Vietnam. And then also some of the large multinational corporations, including Google, possibly Tesla, Apple, the Korean big brands as well that are in Vietnam. So it's partly different sectors are doing all right. Other sectors are having a tough time. So it will all depend on how patient you are, what you're looking to do in the Vietnam market, and what your competitive advantages are, including having a good plan setting up for the next 12 months. So I'm predicting between 12 to 24 months, the economy in Vietnam will recover. So thus, if you have a business that have a lot of lead time for setup, then definitely come in. As you saw from this morning, I just walked into the Kingstone that just opened. There's another Korean brand that just opened nearby. There's some Japanese restaurants. And then, of course, the Mosaic Bar and Lounge. So there is some activity. Then it's a matter of planning and seeing what you can do in Vietnam. So I'm very happy to have 57 of you watching this. And let's get right into the questions. Today, we're going to talk about many different things and many different topics. So I will just get started with, I just want to say hello to Sir Facton and Gwing and Earl, Elon Musk, and all the folks in right now. So let's get to the first question. Can you make it bigger? The screen bigger. So I will get to the first one is Elon Musk. Is it true that SpaceX is investing in Vietnam? Do you have any details? So yes, I would hope that you would have more details than me, considering you are the chairman and founder of SpaceX. Nevertheless, we do have some details that yes, SpaceX is looking to launch and operate the satellites here in Vietnam, creating probably thousands and thousands of jobs for the Vietnamese people, also increasing the education level and also the engineering background as well. The second part of the SpaceX investment that we know of on a high level will be regarding, is going to really change all the things that Vietnam can do, including simple things as streaming video, streaming music, e-commerce, also bringing satellites and also internet to the people in the countryside as well that may not have the best, or especially in the mountains. Those are the people that are available. But I'm pretty sure we're going to do a follow-up video about SpaceX. As you know, we have our business in 60 seconds as well. So check that out. And if we can, maybe we'll do a podcast or interview some folks who have more institutional knowledge about SpaceX. But that is something that we're looking for. So thank you very much for the first question regarding US-Vietnam bilateral trade. Next. Blinky Blanco. How heavily has beer sales or nightlife spots number been impacted since police now regularly test for alcohol consumption? So yes, I would say since the implementation of the zero alcohol tolerance policy, it has dramatically impacting the sales of alcohol in Vietnam. However, it's been about 4 years now, so you would also equalize some of these other services. So one of the new services that's come up is called the BUTL, Bạn uống tôi lái, You Drink I Drive services, has been very helpful. They pretty much send a driver in a motorbike or a car, or they come to drive your car or motorbike home. So that service I know has been increasing, but and people are drinking more responsibly, right? If they know they're going to go out to drink, then they will uh, book a grab, or they would just have a friend drop them off, or have a designated driver, similar to what I did back in my university days and college days. But for sure, the numbers have dropped, and I know this for sure because we have a marketing company, and the big companies, Heineken, Tiger, some of the others are not marketing as much, but uh, and then the nightlife, the different from you probably heard of the gangs or Pok Pok or District K. Some of these places that used to be packed every night are not as packed anymore. Then you have more of the mid to high end bars and lounges, speakeasies, such as Zion or Kui or Bam Bam. Those are also taking time as well. Yeah, so just and then of course you go to the super high end speakeasies, such as Ministry of Men or Drinking and Healing or Layla, and then of course Mosaic as well. So, but I mean, people still have to enjoy. They just kind of selective on where they spend their money. But I think in the next 12 to 24 months, foreign direct investment will come in from foreigners to enjoy, invest, see the market. We at Yoon Global are having an uptick in the amount of foreigners and our clients coming back to look at foreign direct investment opportunities, both small and large. So I would say next 12 to 24 months, it should go back. Okay. So great. Thank you very much. Next. Okay. But yeah, so I definitely want you to, we're going to focus and emphasize on talking about national IDs, Vietnamese passports, opening companies in Vietnam. When we do our live streams, we try to be as selective and also give you the information that's most important at this current time. And of course, if you would like, we'd be happy for you to support our team here so we can do better videos, just like the Da Nang one. But we plan to do one in Vũng Tàu, Nha Trang, and other cities that we know will be beneficial to the market. And for sure, we know that you've been watching it. Okay. And of course, yeah, you can click on the square link to support our channel. So let's get to the next question. Okay. So Elon Musk, what is your outlook on the Vietnam real estate market? When is the best time to start investing? If yes, which district still up and coming? Right. So I would say right now the market is look. There's a lot more mobility in the market because they've been in the crisis for about 24 months now. We're finishing up this year. We're going into 18 to 24 months, right? So if you look at that, you will see that there's more activity. There's more buying and selling activities. In fact, our team here working with our partners have been able to sell roughly about 10 properties in the last 2 months. So there's a lot of movement. We also represent sellers in order to list their properties as well, to sell land, to sell apartments. So there's definitely activity right now. Check into your, working with our team here, letting us know what you want, and we'll be happy to help you buy properties in Vietnam. I would say that if you look at Ho Chi Minh City and Hanoi, they're the areas that are most expensive, but they also have the best growth rates, between 4 to 7% appreciation, and then also your cap rates for rental as well. So you got to look at your cap rate to determine it from an investment standpoint. But if you're looking to buy a second home, a second apartment, or just to have a place that you can retire in the future, now is a very good time because the sellers are motivated to sell. They're having tough times. They've been carrying their debt or loans for the last, we say, almost 36 months. So that's they're motivated to sell. Okay. I know a lot more about Ho Chi Minh City because I'm in this market more. So I would say in Ho Chi Minh City right now, if you're looking for something to buy to live and not for just purely investment standpoint, I would say you would want to look at so District One so has the nice Grand Marina project. Also has the Mark on Wing Tim and Kai Street. You have the Vin Homes Golden River project as well, and then but your best bang for your buck would be to go over to Tu Tim or Tu Duc City, right across the river on Ba Song Bridge 1 or Tu Tim Bridge 2, and you have projects that are really beautiful, very convenient. It's like New Jersey looking into New York or Oakland looking into San Francisco. You would have projects like the Metropole. They have new projects up. Empire City, Sala. If you GS, so GS has a project, and also the river, then those will be pretty good. And then of course you want to look at Binh Thanh district. So Binh Thanh has really good Saigon Pearl. You have the Manor, some of the older ones. You have Sun Hoa Pearl as well. Which is the new one there, and that area is very good. And of course, you have the Vin Home Central Park and many apartments there. So that's where you would look if you're looking for investment standpoint. Then you want to go further out to District 9 or District Tu Duc, what we call the northeast side of Tu Duc City, and then you also want to look at north of the one highway, what is it called, Quốc Lộ 1, such as Mastery, Nassim, and Lumiere, Masterize. Some of those projects there are really good for investment because they're right along the metro line. And the good news, the metro line is going to open to the public on December 12th to the 16th. So that's very exciting. That's just 1 week away or a few days away. So I'm excited to try it out. Definitely next time you're coming into Vietnam, you should try it out as well. So that's what, Elon Musk, I would say for Ho Chi Minh to invest, but you should also look at Da Nang and watch our video on why Da Nang is good to buy and also good to rent. Cookie, 1 second, let me get my morning coffee here. What is your stance on buying property with credit above 70%? If the property is a sure investment for later sale, on what level would you set the credit to property value ratio? So I have to speak from two perspectives. One is from the perspective of a local Vietnamese who can get loans in Vietnam, 30% down, 70% a loan from the bank. As a foreigner, you are not permitted to get loans from local banks, international banks in Vietnam, but you might have one path, which we know of, which is home based, that you can get a loan. So if you calculate, depending where you're buying, let's say just the average apartment here in Ho Chi Minh City would be about $100,000. If you're a bit further out, and probably about $300,000 if you're buying closer. So if you're putting down $300,000 and you are 30%, so you're putting out $90,000, you're getting a loan for $210,000 at roughly about 8% right now. You'd have to probably pay up to about $2,000 a month in mortgage payments over 15 or 30 years. And with that, you have to be able to rent it higher than that. So putting out $90,000, it would be pretty difficult for you to get a rental value of above $2,000 and all expenses by $2,500, right? So if you are borrowing money to invest into the Vietnam real estate market and you're not a local or have a local to borrow money, it doesn't make economic sense for you to put anything more than 30% down on a payment. And if you put 100%, for sure, you're not leveraged at all in the Vietnam market, unless if you have more disposable income or you're using as an investment or lifestyle property. So at any rate, right now is probably not the best time because of the interest rates are high for you to borrow money and invest in Vietnam for anything credit over 70% borrowing. Terry Sisson, do you see Vietnam ever increasing visa stays for Americans, so 1 year visa again? Yes, I actually do. It was available before 1 year multiple entry visa, which is what Vietnam or US allows Vietnamese. So I definitely see that back once everything stabilizes, then I think that they will offer back to the U for Americans and other neighboring countries or on the list for the 1 year multiple entry visa again. I just don't know how long, but I'm pretty sure it'll go back to the old ways. Thanks, Terry. Hello, Jung Nguyen. What do you think about investing in share market for dividend for retirement? So if you're investing into the stock market in Vietnam, there's a lot of financial advisors and equity funds, both public and private equities, that give very good preferred returns and dividends. So I would say that you can diversify from your U.S. portfolio, Nasdaq and S&P 500 to the Ho Chi Minh or the Hanoi Stock Exchange here in Vietnam to get better returns. In fact, we have quite a few clients and we work with them closely is Vina Capital. They have an open fund for investments that you can invest in. So minimum is $50,000, but they are getting an average of about 13% per year return. If you're interested, you should definitely take a look at them. They're one of the oldest private equity and public equity funds here in Vietnam. So you should take a look at Vina Capital. And if you need, we'd be happy to connect you directly with them so that you can have a call and discuss your specific needs. But diversifying for preferred dividends for retirement in Vietnam will actually be better because you would definitely beat inflation rates rather than leaving your money in the United States. Hello, Quang. Hi. If I want to retire in south of Vietnam and my pensions is about 2,500 in Canada for per month, do you think is enough? So yes, I would definitely say so. We made a video on how to live in Vietnam for relatively low prices, such as 1,000 a month. If you're living in pension and you're retired, definitely 2,500 is sufficient. If you're living in the big city like Ho Chi Minh, or then it'll be more. And if you're living alone, I think definitely be sufficient. If you're living in the countryside, such as Cà Mau, Cần Thơ, Bạc Liêu, Sóc Trăng, or any of those Minh Tây cities, then you would definitely be able to have enough to live, renting a place, food, transportation. So Quang definitely would be enough. If you want like a specific tailored plan on where to live, how to rent, building communities, we'd be happy to give you a 1 hour consultation to discuss your specific tailored plan. And then after that, you can just go into execution. Let me ask this question too. I mean, I'm doing a different angle. It's a little bit lower than usual. If I get enough comments to change the angle, I'd be happy to change it, just so that it's easier for you to see, and then I don't have a double chin. Okay. So TikTok, do you prefer living in Los Angeles, California, or Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam? So I get this question a lot about lifestyle, and I've been here for over 10 years now. I lived in LA, or specific Los Angeles, for 4 years, and I lived in Orange County for 30 something years. So I would say there are pros and cons of living in both places. If you use the word prefer, then I would prefer to live in Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam, after 10 years of kind of building a lifestyle, building friendships, building businesses, life is just much easier in Vietnam in general. And also at my age, I'm 43 years old now. Meaning is very important. Legacy. I just, as a family goal that I set with my wife, I plan to create 500 jobs for Vietnamese people by the age 50 years old. So I'm 43, I have 7 years. Roughly now, we probably employ between 40 to 50 people now. So I just make 10 times that much. So from a legacy standpoint, as somebody who's over 40 years old, what we call U50, under 50 here in Vietnam, I think my passion is here in Vietnam. But of course, I still love traveling. I still have our movie production company called East Films in Los Angeles with a couple of my partners. So I still travel there. So the short answer is yes, I would prefer to live in Ho Chi Minh over Los Angeles at this current stage in my life. Okay. Hi, KD. Hello, no name. Wonder if you get any business event opportunities come across your desk. Um, so yes, as I've been an attorney practicing for 15 years now, but in the last 5 years, I've become a small angel investor into various businesses, such as a spa, a coffee shop, bar, convenience stores, and other retail F&B businesses. So I'm building a portfolio. So I do get a lot of opportunities that come across my desk. I wouldn't say I'm the best at identifying or vetting through them. I'm sure there's some really good ones with amazing founders and individuals that I didn't invest in. But I do get them. So if you have interesting businesses that are conducive to my personal and professional goals, we'll be happy to hear them. You can send it over to contact@youngbusinessconsulting.com. We'd happy to take a look at them. We also call for investments of many of our businesses as well. So let me know. And as an attorney for 15 years in business law, I know quite a few industries. I try to keep up with the trends, and our team here at Young Global are very good at researching, providing information to you. So we'll be able to help you vet through the business or to invest or decide not to invest. Thank you. Blinky Blanco. How difficult is it to get a mortgage in Vietnam if I am a foreigner and the breadwinner, married to a Vietnamese? I earn about 120,000 US annually, but my wife earns peanuts compared to that. As a foreigner, you are not currently the local banks in Vietnam and international banks in Vietnam, both public and private, are not lending to foreigners because they cannot assess your credit worthiness. Even ones that have been living here for a long time, who have a business, who receive income, who have substantial ties, they have not been able to get loans as well due to the reporting requirements. But if you build a business around your wife, such as you're making 120,000, and we can structure where you can shift that income to your wife, let's say 5,000 of that, she'll be able to get a loan in Vietnam as a mortgage, 30% down payment, 70% loan, between 6 to 10% depending on the credit, average of 8% interest over a 30-year loan. So that way you can get it. The second way is if you use a company called Home Base. We've worked with them for a while. They can structure a loan for you as a foreigner, and the property itself will be the collateral. So you want to take a look into that, Blinky. If you need more specific advice, we'll be happy to work with Home Base or work with you and your wife to structure a loan with the banks here in Vietnam. And we work with quite a few of them. Just reach out to us. We'll be happy to help. That's a good one. Okay, Elon Musk. How much regulations are there in Vietnam to start a small business such as spa, F&B businesses? How much capital is needed to start? So it's actually very few regulations. Like I said, we have a spa, we have a coffee shop, we have a bar. So I would say the licensing part of it is very easy. We can definitely help you with that. The capital is depending. Our lowest investment is into a coffee shop, which is $50,000. Spa averaging is about 140,000, and then the bar itself would probably be looking at about $300,000 in investment. Convenience stores, you're looking at about 80 to 120,000. Pharmacy chains, you're looking at 80 to 100,000. So there are quite a few business opportunities and franchises that you can invest in, or joint ventures with reliable operational partners with expertise. So Elon just reached out to us. I know that you got a couple $100 billion, but it never hurts to create more jobs for people with the money you have. So maybe you and I can have a similar goal, and you can help me get to 500 jobs for the Vietnamese community and people. So please reach out to us, contact at Young Business Consulting. Be happy to do a consultation with you and go over specific investment opportunities, including what is available within our Young Global portfolio, and then also what's available generally in the Vietnam market. Thank you. Did anybody say anything about the angle? Is it good? Okay, we'll keep it like this. I accept the comments. Okay. Hello, Sandeep. Hello, KD. I want to start a travel company in Vietnam. Is it a good time? What will be the investment to start? So if you are doing a travel company inbound into Vietnam, there's quite a bit of licensing and reporting requirements in order to travel inbound travel company due to the regulations. So so it would take you probably about 6 months to get it going. Also, it's ultra competitive industry. There are a lot of the big players, but a lot of small companies do tourism as well. Um, I don't know your expertise and the level and your knowledge base in the tourism industry. The tourism industry in Vietnam is a growing area. However, the market is ultra saturated and ultra competitive. So I couldn't tell you if it's a good time to invest now or not. But I would say that many of the smaller companies during COVID went out of business, and we made a video to talk about what the missing pieces are in the tourism industry, which is creating kind of all-inclusive customer-oriented services. So if you can do that, then you would be able to open. Um, I think the investment capital, the biggest is in the marketing to your foreign constituents. If you have a big China base or a India base, which I see a lot of the travelers, and then of course you have the Americans, Australians, and then the Russians as well. Um, so if you have those specific markets, then you might have an edge up in opening up the company. Then I would say your investment would start at least at $50,000 up to 100,000, because you will need to put money in marketing, also paying all the suppliers and vendors that will assist you. The paperwork itself, I would put it about $5,000 to open up a tourism company. Hello, Robert. Being married to a Vietnamese woman, can I get permanent residency in Vietnam instead of 6 months on entry? Currently, right now, even though you're married, the two best options you can get are, one is the 5-year multiple entry visa, which gives you 6 months at a time. Or second, if you have a registered marriage certificate in Vietnam with your Vietnamese spouse that is a Vietnamese citizen, then you can get a temporary residence card based on marriage to a Vietnamese, and that will last for 2 years. You just renew it every 2 years. Those are your two current options right now. Unfortunately, permanent residency is not available yet, and we hope for that to change. So reach out to us. We'll be happy to do your temporary residence card based on marriage to a Vietnamese citizen. Robert, do you handle issues with getting a Vietnamese passport to visit USA for 3 or 4 months? Yes, we do B1, B2 tourist visas to visit the United States. Reach out to us at contact at Young Business Consulting, and we'll be happy to send you the proposal and work for that. We assess whether they have the ability to, what are the chances of getting a tourist visa to the US. And also, if you're looking to possibly sponsor your spouse to the US, we handle the I-130, which is the spousal visa, or the fiance visa as well, which is part of our family-based immigration practice. So reach out to us. We'll be happy to help you get the tourist visa first, and then after that, even sponsor to the US. Thank you, Robert. So what is the cafe you opened? So before we had Ken Coffee, and then we had a bar that was separate called Barcodes, and then now I just turned it into one big model, which is called Mosaic Bar, Lounge, and Coffee. So it's both floors on the same address, 8-4 Leighton Ton, that we just walked through this morning before we came up to the top floor for our office. It is called Mosaic Bar, Lounge, and Coffee. So in the daytime, it will serve coffee, including our traditional lattes, cappuccinos. More interesting stuff is the espresso martini or espresso tonics. And of course, you have the Vietnamese cafe seda, and we have the cafe trứng, egg coffee, salt coffee from Huế, and also in the south is the coconut coffee from Bến Tre. So it will, if you're interested, or when you come by, or you have friends, please let us know. Just stop by and say hello. We'll be starting the service towards the end of December, beginning of January. Hello, Mo. How much and how long does it take to sponsor a Vietnamese wife? So I am assuming that you live in the United States, so I will answer based on that. So right now, the I-130 application process to sponsor to the US, which is US citizen sponsoring a Vietnamese citizen, is taking between 12 to 16 months from the time of submission to the USCIS office in your area to the time that your spouse gets the interview and then coming to the United States. So that's called the I-130 petition with a valid marriage certificate. And we help with the entire process at a flat fee, and we'll assist you through all the way to coming to the United States. So Mo, if you're interested, we'll be happy to assist you. And the time period is between 12 to 16 months. So Elon, will Vietnam be the next China in the next 5 to 10 years in terms of tech jobs? I would say that 5 to 10 years is way too soon or too early for Vietnam to get to the level of China in the tech jobs, because China is extremely advanced, and due to the large companies investing, I would put this into a 15 to 20 years horizon to get to the level of tech jobs. Nevertheless, at the current state of Vietnam's growth in engineering, programming, blockchain technology, there are a lot of companies that are doing this space. Also, the Ministry of Science and Technology is heavily invested into growing the ecosystem. The angel investment, venture capital, and private equity sectors are also extremely vested in building and investing into the future of technology in Vietnam. So I would say to reach China's 15 to 20 years. However, I believe in 5 to 10 years that Vietnam in Southeast Asia will be the top tech talent, aside from Singapore, for Vietnam and the growing industry due to the amount of foreign direct investment in large companies and established ones such as Intel, but new ones such as Apple into the market, and especially Google, Facebook. They all have their managing and country directors. That's going to scale up the knowledge for the Vietnamese for sure. Okay. But with that said, I mean, we always we're always looking to do new videos. We can do it ourselves, but we really want the buy-in and the support. We realize that when we do a video with the money from our supporters, one is it gets more views, two, it's even higher quality, and then of course three, we're showing our engagement and giving back to our subscribers and also our followers. And our goal is to get to 100,000 subscribers. I believe we're at 70,000, and but 80% of you are still not subscribed. So I hope today, if we can get 80% of you to subscribe, then we'll have another 60 to 80 new subscribers, and that's all we ask for every time we do a live stream. So please click on the subscribe button and show your love by supporting us. Thank you. Yeah, as stated before, currently Vietnam, the laws state that a Vietnamese citizen, a foreigner can marry a Vietnamese citizen and get citizenship, but that has not been seen to be done frequently, nor is there a set procedure and process to that. Therefore, right now, marriage or citizenship via marriage to a Vietnamese citizen is not openly available or provided. We hope that will change in the future because we know that's a simple program to implement. The US has it, many countries have it, and due to the growing demand for living, working, and growing in Vietnam, it would make sense for you to have that program. So we're really pushing for it. Hopefully, it'll be here in the future. Thank you very much to one of our supporters, Dezay. Thank you very much for your initial. It always gets the first person to get started, but let me answer some of your questions as well. What legal step can I take after getting married in Vietnam to protect my rights, and why? Great. So in Vietnam, Vietnam follow what's called a common law property country. So I mean, sorry, community property country. So which means that after marriage, all property is considered community property. So in order to, if you're talking about pre-marriage, then you want to do what's called a prenuptial agreement or a different transfers of your property prior to the marriage. And if it's after marriage, then you have to do what's called a post-nuptial agreement. There's a witnessing and a signing process as well. So if you didn't get the prenuptial, but you want to get the post-nuptial, that can be done in Vietnam as well to protect all your assets in Vietnam. If you are a foreigner marrying to a Vietnamese, then you would do both a prenuptial in your country and then also use it in Vietnam as well. So thank you for your support, Dezay, and also asking a really great question. Next. Which is better for foreigner Vit couple? Which is better for foreigner Vit couple? I'll get back to you. I don't know your question specifically. Better in what sense? Please ask again, and then I'll make sure the team comes back to answering your question. You can just help us clarify it a little bit more. Now read it. OG Killer. The name is a little bit scary, but hope you don't kill all the OGs because they are the backbone of many of the societies. But I will continue to answer your questions. So is the stock market a good place to park money now, or is it still too shady? So the Vietnamese stock market is actually growing tremendously, although it's considered super small compared to many other countries. There's from last seen, I think there was about 140 to 170 companies publicly traded on the Vietnamese stock exchange, and growing, but a small market cap. There's some good preferred returns. There's some good private equity funds, like we said, like Vina Capital, that can invest your money. I would say you should put some of your money in there. They're getting really good returns, 13% per year. So reach out to Vina Capital or through us, and we'll be happy to help you invest. there are many growing companies that are doing really well. VinFastS or Vingroup, Masan, Vietcom Bank, Masterized Homes. Many of these brands that have been around for a while are really doing well. So you should check them out. Hello, KP Digital. Your office said a national ID card was impossible because she is a war orphan. We were told you need a. Nope, sorry. We were told you need a father and address to get a family book, and you need a family book to get a national ID. So yes, the KP Digital, that is correct. And here's the reason: the before the name was called the chứng minh nhân dân, which is translated as national ID, but the new ID is called the CCCD, which is the căn cước công dân. And the big factors are there's a chip in there that will have identifying information, personal information, credit score, and other travel information as well. We've made a video on that. You should definitely check it out to learn more about it. But that is correct to get your national ID. It's preferable that you have a Vietnamese passport already. I'm talking specifically for foreigners or Vietnamese overseas, or only Vietnamese overseas who were born in Vietnam with a Vietnamese birth certificate who have a passport. After that, you need a family book, and then you get your registration of your national ID. But here's the big problem. To go into a family book and get your ID, you have to show where have you been living for the last 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years of your life. And if there's a disconnect with the time you live in Vietnam, which for all of the Việt kiều who left Vietnam will have a disconnect in your registration. Moreover, you will also not be able to show any of your temporary residence. The law requires that anytime you come into Vietnam and stay overnight, the venue you stay at, the hotel, the Airbnb, your family's place, you have to register a temporary residence. And I am 99% sure that anybody who's come back has not registered every single time, myself included. So then you have a break of the time period. And if you lived in America, Canada, Europe for 10 years, 15 years, the Vietnamese authorities cannot check your documents, cannot check your history of where you lived, right? And these are developed countries. If you're from other developing country, you wouldn't even be able to track all of that. So therefore, and this is always true for Vietnam, and I've been here long enough, you give a new law to say, yes, you can do it, but the execution of it becomes nearly impossible for any overseas Vietnamese to do it, right? So therefore, you got to find other paths, strategies that can achieve the goals without having to meet every single step of the way. And I pride myself and my team in our innovative solutions, in our innovative approaches to helping our clients achieve their goals. So KD Digital, don't let the fact that you're an war orphan or who you're asking for, that they can't get a family book. We can get you the national ID. We're comfortable with our process. If you meet the minimum requirements of having a birth certificate in Vietnam, then we'll be able to assist you. So please reach out to us. We'll be happy to do a free assessment of your situation and then let you know how we can get you the national ID, which will bring tons of different benefits for you, including buying land, buying apartments under the Vietnamese quota, getting your driver's license, opening up bank accounts, beginning your credit score, and opening up companies. So just to name a few. We have many videos on this. So our goal is to make sure you enjoy the benefits of getting a national ID. Okay, please reach out to us. Great. Rob Rocks, thank you for reframing the question. Which is better for a Vietnamese/foreign couple? Registering the marriage in Vietnam or overseas? So if you're a foreigner married to a Vietnamese, depending on what you are looking to do, For example, if you are looking to emigrate to the United States and bring your spouse under the I-130 spousal sponsorship, then you can register your marriage either in Vietnam or in the US if you can somehow get them a tourist visa to visit the US and then get married. On vice versa, if you're a foreigner married to a Vietnamese in Vietnam and you want to, for example, get your temporary residence card based on marriage to a Vietnamese, then you would need to apply for your marriage certificate in Vietnam. Okay. Also, if you have children together in Vietnam and you want to name your children after your last name or with a foreign or English name, then you have to actually register your marriage certificate in Vietnam. If in your birth certificate, if you're the father and you're not registered in Vietnam, then you have to do a paternity test in order to get your name on the birth certificate. Okay, so I would say, and of course, it goes down to community property laws, how you want to protect your assets, what your estate planning goals are in the future as well. So all of those things play into a factor into deciding where you want to register your marriage certificate. Each case is different. I can only give general advice here for the 80 people on and others, hundreds of people who will watch this video. But if you want a specific advice on your situation, on the assets you have, the children, where you want to live, what are the best immigration policies, just book a 1 hour consultation with me and our team, and we'll be happy to give you a tailored plan on which one you should get and based on your living and your goals and your lifestyle. So reach out to us at Contact, and we'll be happy to give you a tailored plan. Thank you. Sandeep, thank you, KD. My expertise in travel is good enough. I'm already catering to customers through third party, and I want to open my own company to do corporate traveling and group traveling. Could you help me? So yes, based on what I advise you, since you already have experience, if you do corporate traveling, it's a little bit easier because you're booking groups rather than doing individuals traveling or for personal. Corporate travel is business, trade missions, trade shows, and also staying at various business-related hotels. So you have a specific niche market for that. We'll be happy to help you with the legal paperwork, including getting your investment registration, enterprise registration, and also your special license to operate a tour company inbound into Vietnam. So just shoot us an email. We'll be happy to consult you and give you specific advice and also give proposal for setting up a travel company in Vietnam. And we hope to be your legal counsel on the ground with our team here in Vietnam. All right. Hello, Jin Nguyen. I'm getting married to a Vietnamese citizen during January 2025. First of all, congratulations on the wedding. Hopefully it's fun. I've been to many here in Vietnam, destination weddings, and yesterday I just went to one at a beer craft, and there's the DJ and music, and people are having a great time. So first of all, I want to congratulate you, and hopefully you'll have a great one. To answer your question, can you help me work through getting the marriage certificate and also the Consulate Australia CNI paperwork? I'm Australian rough cost. So we can definitely assist you in order to do your marriage certificate in Vietnam, translation, notarization, and then we will work with quite a few immigration law firms to help you with the paperwork to sponsor your spouse to Australia. The rough cost would be between 3,000 to 5,000 US dollars to get this whole process done, and rough time be about 12 to 16 months as well for the Australian market. So please reach out to us. We'll be happy to meet you at our office when you come into Vietnam, or give you a proposal and give you a call as well. Thank you very much. Hello, Elon. With the Trump administration in 2025, do you see any slowdown in the CR1 process or even more stricter requirements? I do not see. I think we'll continue the same path. There's enough efficiencies that were put into place and resources for the program. So I don't think it will slow down. There might be other programs that will slow down, especially employment-based visas, such as H-1B or EB-3s. The other visas, such as the EB-5s and L-1s, will continue to grow because the Trump administration, similar to the last round, heavily believes in the investment into the United States, especially of companies and individuals. So I do not think it will slow down. It will keep the same pace with a roughly 12 to 16 month processing time. Thanks. Yeah, we can ask these. Are you licensed to practice in California, Saigon? Yeah. There's some questions. Passport, California. You see. Okay, so Passport California, I see that you have some questions regarding do you like Saigon or Da Nang better? Also, am I licensed to practice in California as an attorney? To answer some of these questions, yes, I am a California licensed attorney. You can look up my bar number on the state bar, 263740. I've been licensed since 2009 and I keep it active without any issues. So you can check that. The other question is regarding living in Da Nang or Saigon. I mean, Da Nang is a great place, but my family, my home, my businesses, and also my lifestyle is here in Saigon. But you never know, Da Nang would be a great place to retire. Good weather, good amenities. You have the mountains, you have the beaches, you have one of the fastest growing, the top 4 economies here in Vietnam. So I would maybe in the future. There's a Nobu Da Nang project that we're representing, and we're working with different agencies. We've helped 2 of our clients buy properties there in the Nobu Da Nang. You should check out that video, and if you're interested, we'll be happy to help you buy there as well. And of course, here in Saigon. Does your attorney office deal with CR1 process? Yes, we do. Just reach out to us, and we'll be happy to help you to get through the whole process of the spousal sponsorship. And of course, if you're so inclined, we are looking to do a video in Nha Trang, which is one of the fastest growing markets and exciting, especially with some of the new highways and freeways going there in Cam Ranh and Nha Trang as well. So if you can help support us, I think we need $500 just like last time to send Kim and I to Da Nang or to Nha Trang for a visit and a video. So any helps, I think we got like $50 to $100 or something. So up to 500, and we'll fly out there and do another video for you. Okay. So to continue, Robert, do you ever come to Cần Duc, Vietnam? I believe Cần Duc is near Cần Giờ. Yes. Okay, give me one quick second. Let me check out where Cần Duc is. I believe it was near Cần Duc in Long An. Okay, I have passed by, but I do not go too often. Is there very good business opportunities or investment opportunities in Cần Duc in Long An? Let me know. Be happy to do exploration or take a look at it. Thank you, Robert. Okay. Larry, how's it going, Ken? I was just stopping in to say hi to an old friend. Happy for your continued success. Thank you very much, Larry. It's always good to connect with friends from all these years from different parts of the world, and always welcome all my good friends that come back to Saigon. Check it out, see how things are going, and if you can, just support my small little businesses, business community. If you're looking for some good food, cơm tấm or bánh đa cua, or go to a spa, grab a good coffee, or having a drink listening to live music with DJs in the evening, come by and support my businesses. We're here, and we're just want to create 500 jobs for the Vietnamese people. Okay, so we in the previous video. So we just a quick break because we have quite a bit of questions. Is we just did a video regarding a marriage in Vietnam. It came out on Saturday to talk about the if you're getting married to somebody in Vietnam, what should you do? What should you consider? I think the video really came out from a lot of questions from the audience and also our YouTube subscribers. So if you can check out that video, we talk about prenuptial agreements, postnuptial agreements, temporary residence cards if you're married, and also, of course, we talk about divorce and how to protect yourself in the case there's a divorce. Our goal is always to help our clients to amicably divorce, child custody, especially when there's international elements of whether you should live in Vietnam or live abroad in the United States. So definitely check out that video. See if you or anybody you know are in that situation and that Yoon Global can help you. Which district is your office located in? We have our address below. We are right in the heart of District 1. This live stream also shows specifically and exactly how to get to our office. It's 8-4 Lê Thanh Tôn Street. It is the Yoon Global building. Next. Okay. Let's keep it short. Well, so does anybody have any questions regarding opening a company in Vietnam, national ID, marriage, taxation? I'll be happy to answer. And of course, you know, we will continue to have our quarterly live streams for you to answer specifically questions. And I know that we make so many videos, at least 1 to 2 a week for you, and we answer a lot in there. But the goal of the live stream is so you can ask me directly, get a feel for my voice, my tone, how I answer, maybe a little bit about my knowledge base and credibility as well. And it's also a way for Yoon Global to connect directly with our subscribers and with you from all over the world, especially in the US, California, Pacific time, the Midwest, and also the Eastern time as well. So, I mean, with that said, if there aren't any other questions, of course, we're always available as well for you at any time. And so I will end it here. And I want to say thank you to all of you for coming on the live stream. I know we close to over 100. All the people coming, asking questions, but of course, we're always here. You can email us, call us, visit our office either in Vietnam, California, Bangkok, Thailand, or Singapore, and a future office in the Middle East as well. So stay updated for that. And if you want to support us, go to Nha Trang, just click on the link to send us some money for this as well. That is all. Thank you very much for watching this, and I will definitely see you on the next live stream, but we'll probably also see you on our next video coming up this week. Let us know exactly what you're looking for, and we'll be happy to help. Thank you very much, and I'll see you on the next live stream.